Hello everyone, my name is Trooper and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up and install a FiveM server entirely for free on your own PC or a Windows VPS, whatever you want, in 2026. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, click the first link down in the description below. That will bring you right here to the latest FiveM server artifacts, which are basically the files you need to install to set up your FiveM server. Ignore the latest recommended and latest optional. Haven't been updated in years, just ignore it. What you guys are going to want to do, however, is click the top one right here at the time of watching the video. Simply give it a click and it will download the latest version available to you. From here, you will then notice it's gone ahead and downloaded ourselves a server and then zip file. If you guys do not have a zip opener, click the next link down in the description below, which will bring you guys right here to WinRAR, and download the latest WinRAR version for your PC. Just download it and run the exe. Very, very simple install. Once you've done that, you should then be able to go into your file explorer, go to your downloads, and open up that server zip folder. Your guys will just be called server, but because I've done this so many times, I've got 22 different versions of the file. So yours will just be server. From here, if you open it on up in your WinRAR, this is what it's going to look like. It's just a bunch of files and one folder at the top. From here, we're going to minimize to our desktop, so close your browser on down, put your zip to one side, right click on our desktop and make a new folder. I'm going to call this folder FiveM server, or literally anything you want. But for me, I'm going to go ahead with FiveM server. From here, we're going to open the FiveM server folder on up. We're going to right click and make a new folder again. This one we're going to call server files. I'd recommend actually naming this one server files just so you know what it is. Although again, it doesn't have to be, but this is basically where we put all the files we'll never touch again. So go inside of this server files folder, bring that zip, Control A to select everything in the zip, and drag and drop over everything in the zip into the server files folder and let it copy and paste across. And there you go, just like that, we are done. We no longer need the zip, so we'll just close that down. And now all we need to do, scroll on down until you find this guy right here, the red looking icon, the fxserver.exe. This is how we start our server. So give it a double click and it will pop up, probably maybe with a Windows protected your PC prompt. It's just because it's an unknown software. This is official from FiveM, which are owned by Rockstar Games, so don't worry about it. Click more info and just run anyway. And then it'll pop up this, a window. And then as soon as that window's popped up, it will look like this. And then it should instantly automatically pop up this window on your default browser. If it doesn't, you can just copy the link here. So select it and paste it into your browser. From here, it's going to bring up txadmin. Txadmin is how we manage our FiveM server. It's going to automatically fill the code in your console that you can see right here. And then just click link account. From here, it's going to ask you to sign in to your cfx.re account. If you haven't got a cfx.re account, make sure you make one. You will need one. Make sure you have one and then very simply sign in and click continue. And now it's going to ask you to create a backup password. It's important you know this because if you do get signed out of your cfx.re account, this is how you're going to sign into your FiveM server. Otherwise, you will not have access to your admin panel. Once you've made a nice and secure password, agree to the rules and register. From here, we're going to go back onto the next txadmin page, and now is going to be our server name. This doesn't actually set it in the FiveM server list, so it's not really particularly important, but maybe just name it what you want your FiveM server to be called. So I'm going to do HTNetwork Highway Trooper. Boom. That is going to be my FiveM server name. Well, I can't do Highway Trooper because it's too long, so there we go. And then just click next. Now, for deployment type, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a very basic FiveM server, because if you want to set up a different one, it requires extra steps. For now, I want to get you guys going with understanding the basics of FiveM. But in a later video, we'll touch on how to get ourselves a proper RP server going. I'd highly recommend doing what I'm doing in this video first, otherwise you're going to be overwhelmed. So go into popular recipes and select FiveM basic server or CFX default. Do not change the data location. Leave this as it is. Do not mess with it and just click save. Now it says we're almost there. Go to recipe deployer. Just give that a click and boom. It's going to take you then to review the recipe. Do not worry about this. What this is telling you is where it's going to be pulling and downloading all the basic files to set up a FiveM server for us. Just click next. For our server registration key, it's going to say you can obtain one right here. So click this hyperlink to go to the cfx.re portal, which is what we made an account with earlier. Go here, sign back into that exact same account, create yourself a key, or if you already have an existing key, copy that existing key as long as it's not registered to another server. A key can only ever be registered to one active server. Go back to your TXadmin and paste your key on in. Then very simply hit run recipe, and it should literally be done instantly. As soon as it's done, it's going to pop up your brand new FiveM server folder in your file explorer. We'll close that for now. We'll come back to it in a moment. And then it's going to say it's all done. Everything's completed. Just click next. Here is your server.cfg. We can access this again. Don't worry. We'll show you how to access it. But this is basically your settings for your FiveM server. Your server.cfg is your settings for your server. So here in TXadmin, you can edit it. If you want to customize it, what the basic stuff I'd recommend changing is the bits that it fills in on the end. So we'll get rid of with basic FiveM server. We'll get rid of this bit here. We'll maybe set our custom product description if you want. We're not going to mess around with anything else. We're going to leave it all for now. Right here, it will automatically set your cfx.re account that you made the server with as admin. So that means you need to be logged into this account on FiveM in order to have a admin permission. From here, we'll click save and run server. And there you guys go. You have successfully set up and installed your own FiveM server entirely for free. So we're going to keep this browser open. We're going to minimize to our desktop. We're not going to close this because if you close this, your server will shut down. Minimize that always. Go back to that FiveM server folder we created. And inside of here, we're going to go to TX data. We're going to go inside of the FiveM basic server CFX default base folder. And in here, you will find all of your server files. These are the ones that we will touch. Server.cfg is that thing we were just looking at in TXadmin. You can also edit it through File Explorer. If you double click it, it should automatically open up using the default Notepad opener that you have. That's probably going to be just Notepad. If you're wondering what I'm using Visual Studio Code, which is free, and it makes it a little bit easier to read. I'll leave a link down in the description below for you guys. And again, you'll notice this is exactly what we saw in TXadmin. So if you do want to edit it, you can come back here. Here is how we add new scripts. We'll ensure them here. It's the folder name. There'll be another video coming on that literally in a couple of days, so make sure you're subscribed. And then in the resources is basically the script for our FiveM server. These are basic scripts the FiveM server needs to run, and this is where we'll install custom scripts in the future. For now, if you want to start your FiveM server back on up because you accidentally do close it on down like this, boom, we've closed it, oh no, go inside of server files, again, find that fxserver.exe, double click it to start it up, and there you go. Your FiveM server is now running again. If you want to get back to TXadmin, you can simply go into your browser, open a new tab, type localhost, and it should hopefully autofill it. If it doesn't, just type localhost and then colon and then 40120. And then you'll be able to take yourself straight back on into that TXadmin console. There you go. Let's go ahead and join our FiveM server. So I'm running my FiveM server on a VPS from HTNetwork. It means I can keep my FiveM server on 24/7, keep my own IP secure, and make sure I'm not going to be putting myself susceptible to DDoS attacks. If you're running it on your own PC, because it's just going to be you and a couple of friends, that's absolutely fine. So you don't really need to worry about this. But if you're running it on a different computer, you need to know that computer's IP address. For your VPS, if you have one from us or any other Windows VPS, just Google what is my IP address. And you can do the same if it's on another device in some random house or somewhere that you want to connect to. Grab the IP address of the device your FiveM server is set up on. And that's what we're going to use to connect. In order to connect to a FiveM server running on another device, you will need to port forward. I will make a video on how to port forward in 2026 later on in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, whenever you guys want it. But I do already have a video on how to port forward in 2025. It's going to be very, very similar, so it should still work. But if you're running a VPS from HTNetwork, we auto port forward for you, so you don't even need to worry about that. Let's go ahead and connect. Okay, so on our own computer, the computer that you play games on, open the FiveM application. If you don't have FiveM, what are you doing? Make sure you go ahead and install FiveM itself. Obviously, you need that. Very simple exe install. But I'm assuming most of you guys have already played FiveM in the past. Boot up FiveM. Make sure you're signed into that cfx.re account that we signed into earlier on FiveM itself. And now from here, if it's on your own PC, you should see a little tab appear around here that says connect via localhost or connect to localhost. Just give that one a click and it'll connect you to any FiveM server running on your own PC or a computer on your own local network. If you're running it on a computer somewhere else, like a VPS from HTNetwork, press F8, and you should be able to see it now if I move my screen across. And in this, what we call an F8 console, you're going to type connect and paste on in that IP address and press enter. And you should then see it starts connecting you to that brand new FiveM server. If it doesn't, you need to port forward. And there you go. We've connected to our brand new basic FiveM server. We've made our own server. Everything is ready to go. It's that simple and easy to make your own FiveM server. If you guys did find this video useful, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what video you want to see next. Turn on that notification bell so you guys do stay tuned for the future 2026 FiveM tutorials. And also be sure to check out HTNetwork.1 down in the description below if you want to auto install your own FiveM server without any of this mess.